Hello, I'm Brian Metzger with GP Home Defense, the Bed Bug Authority. We're going to do an inspection on this bed. I'm going to show you how to inspect, where to inspect, what you're looking for, some do's and don'ts. So we've got the sheets and blankets, the bedding already stripped off of here. The first thing you're going to do is the piping around the top of this mattress. You want to look along the top edges, the bottom edges. Down here, you can look in this seam here. You're going to want to go all the way around the mattress, but the most important place to look is near the head of the bed. Again, inspect all of these seams to see if you see anything. A lot of houses that I go into, people have their bed up against the wall with a window here and the curtain hanging down on the bed. If that's the case, usually the first place I look that people don't think to look is the top of that curtain. That is an ideal setup for bed bugs. They love to hide in the top of the curtain where most people don't think to look. At night, when you're asleep, they come down that curtain, they have dinner, and they go back up to the top of the curtain. And you might be searching your bed and you can't find any bed bugs because they're up here. Here we don't have that. So we are going to lift this up. I've got a helper here. We're going to stand this mattress up. I'm going to show you how to do that and how to inspect the bottom. This is a two-person job. You might be able to do it on a twin bed by yourself. Anything larger than that, I always recommend two people. Each side, grab in the center, lift. We're going to carry it over here carefully and stand it up against this wall. Okay. You want to have a flashlight, a decent flashlight. It does not have to be a really bright flashlight. This light gets pretty bright. It's got two settings. I always use it on low, otherwise it kind of blinds me. On the underside, you want to inspect all of these seams, the zipper. If there's tags, you want to inspect that. Now this is the head of the mattress up here. As we get into the top corner of this mattress, if you can see that, here we've got a bed bug, and these little white spots is bed bug eggs. This is a juvenile bed bug. It's not completely grown yet. Let's go on across this seam. Here we've got some more. Here we've got bug here. Here is an adult female. We've got another female adult here. All through this seam, we've got bed bugs. Now this person didn't think that she had any bugs in her bed. And this is what we were able to show her. So, I'm not going to show you the whole mattress because we know what we have going on here, but now we're going to do the same thing with the box spring. Two-man lift, carefully stand it up against the mattress. Now, something I skipped, what I normally do before we even stand it up, I inspect the top of this box spring. There's usually more bugs found inside the box spring than anywhere else. Even when you're messing with the bed, you're changing your sheets, all that, almost nobody messes with the box spring, and bed bugs know that. So they will hide in the box spring and they come out. It's an ideal spot for them to hide. People don't think to look there, and it is right around the corner from the all-night, all-you-can-eat buffet. On the underside of the box, we want to look at the corners. Usually, if we can, we try to look underneath these plastic corner protectors. We look underneath this fabric. Okay, you see these black spots right here? That is bed bug fecal spotting. That is digested blood that's been pooped out. They are jet black specks, looks like little ink spots. So we are gonna carefully look all across this. Here we have one that's on the run. That looks like a juvenile male who has recently fed. When the bed bugs are hungry, here we have more fecal spotting. When they're hungry, they will be really flat. As they feed, they swell up like a water balloon. Their body is built kind of like an accordion, and it fills up and gets very long and very fat. Okay, so I'm not going to show you going all the way around all that. You've got the idea at this point. Okay, we also want to inspect the bed frame. Honestly, at this point, I don't need to, because I know we've got a pretty good infestation going in there. But if we're going to inspect the bed frame, we're going to look all along these rails. We're going to look in these cracks and crevices and on these legs, this little piece at the top. I would get down here and look at the underside of that, because they're going to hide out in places where you can't see them. Where these two rails overlap and come together here. Now, if you're already finding bugs at this point, you're done. You don't need to look in, you don't need to find every bug. But if you want to be really thorough, you can take this apart and look inside of those. This outlet is right behind the head of the bed. Bed bugs will readily go through the outlet and hide in there or hide inside the walls, and they will use the hollow walls to travel from one room to another undetected. Is also right behind the bed. That's a place where you want to check. If you can look really close, can you come in close on this, Keith? She has wrapped this in tape to keep bugs from getting through. You see these tiny little black specks? That is all bed bug fecal spotting. Now, one good way to identify fecal spotting is if you wipe across it with something wet, it leaves a smear. Other things like roach and fly specks do not do that. So if I moisten my finger and wipe it across that, you can see those streaks. Absolutely bed bug fecal spotting. On the underside, under this tape that's meant to keep bugs out, well, there's bugs living in there. These baseboards, the bugs will hide behind the baseboards. They're not usually going to be hanging out in the carpet. Most people think of the bugs as going down. They are more inclined to go up. So we even would want to inspect where the ceiling and wall meet up here. These curtains, again, I'm not going to take these down. They look rather complex, but I would want to inspect in these curtains really well. All the tufts, fold seams, we can look at the front, but then I would want to really thoroughly inspect the back sides of the curtains in the top. In all of these seams and all of that, that's a place where they love to hide. So now you know how to inspect the bed. Bed bugs are not just going to be found in the bed. They're not just going to be found in your upholstered furniture. But it's the logical place to start. So you've done the inspection, you find bed bugs, now what? What do you do next? Probably the most important thing is to know what not to do next. Don't throw out your furniture. Don't run out and buy a bunch of DIY pesticides. Don't start spraying and fogging. Don't use the bug bombs, whatever you do. Collect some bugs for positive ID. Little Ziploc bags work great for this. Get some bugs in there. Get a hold of a pest control professional who knows what they're doing with bed bugs and having an inspection arranged as quickly as possible. This is going to be hopefully the first in a long series of educational videos that I'm going to do about bed bugs. I can't cram everything into one video, but hopefully there will be a lot more to come. So if you would, click like, subscribe as new videos come out. Hopefully we can share those with you and you can learn a lot more about these demon little vampires that we all have to deal with now. Feel free to share this information with others and together we can make a difference. Thanks.